So restaurants are struggling. There's no doubt about that. They've had to completely change how they operate in order to keep the lights on.
But the generosity of these businesses, arguably hit hardest by the COVID-19 pandemic, never ceases to amaze us.
I chatted with the owners of Amore Uptown to find out how they are focused on the future. And Steve, they're giving back at the same time.
I'm so happy to get to chat with you all. How are you holding up during this time? Of course, restaurants are the toughest. They're just so beloved in our community. And I can imagine that there's a lot of uncertainty right now.
Yeah, I think given the circumstances, I think our staff has done an amazing job. We kept most of our key staff with us, and we shifted over to delivery and carry out. And that's picked up pretty nicely actually over the last couple of weeks. So just nice to at least be able to at least provide that service. And other than that, we've brought in a lot of our staff to help with some little remodeling around the restaurant.
Oh.
So we've been painting and doing some little projects that we've been putting off for a long time that we finally have the chance without customers actually in the building. We can do a lot of that.
And keeping the rooftop really beautiful again, because that's one of the highlights of our restaurant, is this beautiful rooftop overlooking the lakes. So we're doing a lot of fun stuff for the rooftop. So we're excited to have people back. And the rooftop is actually a really safe place, as you know, Elizabeth, with COVID and everything. It's nice to be outside and have that spacing. So we're really excited to have that back.
Well, that's a great place and a great thing to think about when it comes to, okay, what restaurants will you be able to take advantage of and go to when we sort of get the go-ahead to be back into restaurants? But I'm sure there will be some modifications. Having that open space will be so wonderful. Well, you all know, I told you this, that I have a special connection to your restaurant because my husband used to live right around the corner from you, and so that was where we had our very first date, and I can picture the table, and we've actually sat at that table since if we've gone in, and there is something so special about your place. It's just feels like home, and then of course it helps that the food is just over the top good.
Thank you.
Well, it's a family restaurant, our family is there all the time. The cooks and the chefs and staff have been there forever, so that's why we wanted to keep them. We wanted them to have jobs and be able to, provide for their families. So we're excited that you feel the same.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so Basser, tell me about the food, because we can look at some photos of what you all are dishing up for people to come and pick up right now. And I'm sure you have to think about the menu a little bit. What's going to work best for people to take away? It's a little bit different than delivering plates to people's chairs.
Yeah, great question. So, in general, our menu you can find online. We're still serving up all of our classic, most popular menu items. So what we did was we took our entire menu and sort of said, all right, what are our most popular things? And we kept all of those things on the menu. So you can get lasagna, the chicken parm travels very well, essentially almost any of our pastas, as well as, if you want something super casual, our burgers and fries and sandwiches. And so it's still, the majority of the menu is still there. Because of the hours, we're from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., so we're not doing brunch, but all of our lunch and dinner pastas are available.
Are you feeling good? You talk to other restaurant owners, and everybody's kind of in a different spot. Is it one day is okay, one day isn't? What are you feeling like?
Yeah. I think obviously, restaurant people are, we're obviously everybody's stressed out these days, but the restaurant, business is going to be changed. And I think a lot of the uncertainty is what is it going to look like when we do open up. Restaurant people, as a rule, are pretty optimistic. I think you have to be, because it's a tough business, and all of this sort of the stress and the everything that goes with pulling off a successful dinner and a successful experience. So I think people are, as stressful as it is, we'll adapt and we'll change and we'll make it work.
And then one thing we're doing that I think really gives the staff some purpose is we are giving and donating meals to our frontline healthcare workers. So it allows our staff to have, a purpose, and they're cooking every day to keep these frontline healthcare workers fed. And, these people are working so hard. Basser and I are both doctors, and we know our colleagues are just, literally putting their lives on the line. So the least we can do is feed them, and it just gives them some sustenance to have some good hot food delivered.
I'm happy to see you both, and I'm happy to hear how you're all doing and preparing for the future and really taking a tough time and making just on every level something great out of it and preparing to just be back in our lives. So we'll be back at Amore for another date night, I'm sure.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Great to see you.